Okay, we're going to tempt fate and do another video without charging the camera up. I'm just saying that because I think in the last video I talked about the fact that the battery indicator was like at half full and it never does that, and that makes me worried that the battery is kind of rubbish and that it's not going to hold out for like it used to be fine to do two 30-minute videos. When I started doing these, I could do two 30-minute videos on the battery that came with this camera. And it wasn't a brand new camera, it was a second-hand camera. And that was fine, that would be like its limit. But now I think you can just get 30 minutes on this. So I definitely have to look into getting a new battery. So anyway, this is Star Wars. And I think it's kind of interesting because it's definitely got these little bits that you attach the, the pair of these things. So it plays into the butterfly from the previous video. So let's open this up. And out we go. I don't actually remember these in like the Hoth battle. I mean, I'm sure they were. Like it was the AT-ATs that were in the. It's just you think when I think of these, I think of Endor. The AT-STs. So I don't know. Have to watch the movies again. Though I still have to finish rewatching Lord of the Rings. That's my ongoing thing. I've got like the two towers. I was going to watch the original editions first, and then go through and rewatch the extended editions again at some point. Or I could just have like extended edition movie marathon, and just do that because I've almost done that in my life. So when The Return of the King came out, I went to a movie marathon where there was the first two movies were played on an IMAX screen as the extended editions in the cinema, which was quite cool. And then at midnight, the Return of the King, which had just come out, so it was like it was coming out on midnight, so you could watch the first two during the day as preparation. It was a long day, but it was worth it. It was fun. Okay, so, but I haven't actually watched all three as a marathon, all in one go, which is not the kind of thing I normally do. So maybe I won't do that. But this one has got a lot of these pieces in it. It's going to be. I've made these before. I've made AT-STs in micro form over the years. I may still have one in. I have it like they had a series of micro, because they had midi scale and then they had mini scale, I think it was, of different Star Wars things, and I got a bunch. I definitely had like there was a Star Destroyer type ship. That might be the one that I still have in the original packaging and haven't opened. But maybe it's one of these that I have in the original packaging. And I got one of the the original minifigure scale ones, one that came with Chewbacca. That was definitely an Endor one. So I can't remember if I bought that one new or I got it second hand. I think I got it new. I think the only second hand one I bought of the very first couple of years of Star Wars, when everybody was still yellow, except for Chewbacca, and I haven't done this correctly at all, I can't even remember what's in the set. It might have been that set. But I got one that had Han Solo in it. That was the only second-hand one I got because I was really quite keen. I think I might have got afterwards, but then I kind of had eased into getting quite keen on Lego. And it's like, you know what I really want? I really, 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 really want? Han Solo. Yellow, of course. And so I did. That's how that happened. So, but now I can't remember what was actually in the set. What was he doing in the set? What was that? What Han Solo sets? They aren't too big. Well, what was the smallest Han Solo set where he's yellow? Is there? I'll have to look it up tomorrow and find out. It probably was. Somehow it was the Endor AT-ST. Chewbacca was in there, and I was like, there you go. Right. And this one, and This is very confusing. I'm getting waves of feeling exhausted again. So I started this video thinking, well, I was not so exhausted as I thought I would be, and now I'm feeling exhausted. But I shouldn't say that, because then I'm ruining the illusion that this video was in fact filmed on a different night from when I did this one, and not in fact straight after. So pretend you didn't hear anything that I just said, and continue to live in the fantasy that brings you so much joy. So this can go there, and I guess this goes there. So we're doing this, and we've got one more. These things always feel a bit weird, because this is all three. There's a lot of 3-length things going across here, happening here. This is 3-length, that was a 3-length one, that was a 3-length one. So it's making me feel a bit odd. And then, speaking of 3-length pieces that are very odd, though I can't actually see where they are. Have I ever had one of these? Look at this. It's like a 3 with a 2 on the top. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever had one of these. I feel like if I ever have, it's a very rare. Are these like new? This is like a new piece. I have the funny feeling. No, it's the piece that I'm thinking of. The thing that everyone was raving about. Like literally raving. We were all out in the streets singing and partying. Was the 5-length one. So, which I don't think I've got yet. Maybe there'll be a 5-length one in here. That would be so cool. But that's a 6. So, no such luck. That would be neat. So, we've made this, and then this is going to go. So it's going to go, I think, to there. It's not exactly clear. That's right. I think that's right. Okay, that looks fine. So we've done that. And now we're going to build this bit. And we need another one of... Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Another 3-length thing. So that's the word I was going to say. And then that goes there. And these pieces. These pieces are very much a staple of Star Wars sets, I think. These little triangular vent things. They feel like the kind of piece that's not really. It's a jack of all trades, but not a master of anything. It doesn't really look like it. I mean, I guess it does look like a vent, but not really exactly like a vent. Like vent. I don't know. I'm not expecting my vents to be angled like that. But it gets used, and it seems to work okay. That's how I feel about that piece. So this one is going to go here, which I think is okay. I feel like there should be a bit more support. There's only 2 studs holding it on, but like I feel like maybe like that should have been a 4-length one, and these bits here maybe they could have been up like one more. Would that have made it look just too stupid? Because it would have been sticking out one bit further. I don't know, I'm just rambling away there. I'm not going to think about that ever again. So next we have to find the right one. So I remember doing the MIDI scale. I had the MIDI scale. I think I have talked about this before on this channel. The MIDI scale, that's MIDI spelled with a D for some reason. I don't know why. I just think of the musical thing for that. Now what do I do? Okay. I've done this wrong. No, this is the wrong piece. Confused. Wait, so I hold it like this. Oh, I have to read. Don't go across the page. It goes down the page. Okay. Alright. Yeah, like it was like, this big. But it was just like an ongoing nightmare of these pieces. So not these pieces exactly, but pieces that are angled like this, and of the different varying sizes such as these. So here's 2 sizes, but just imagine like a whole bunch of sizes. So I can't imagine what it would be like to actually build a large normal size, a collector's edition Star Destroyer type thing. I would think it would be quite. What have I done?